Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and this is going to be one of my more unusual review videos as I look at 3 products from Sugar Swap Bakeshop. Now, I'd mentioned that this is going to be different than any other review video I've ever done, and there are multiple reasons for that. The first of which is Sugar Swap Bakeshop was started by someone I'm sure a lot of you know, Alycia at Keto Upgrade. And if you didn't watch my interview with her, I'll link to that up here and maybe throw it in the end card as well. So that's item number 1. What also makes this a little bit unusual is all of the products that I'm going to be reviewing are products that she has already given the recipes out for on her channel and website, and I will link to those as well. So you can continue to watch this video even if you don't plan on buying anything, because you can decide, is this something you want to make or not? It's also going to be a little bit of an educational video as I share with you, with Alycia's permission, some of the financial information and economics around what it takes to start up a little keto bakery. I think you're going to be kind of shocked at just how costly it is. And finally, it's a congratulations video to Alycia, not only for starting her own bakery and following her dream, but also she's going to be having a baby any day now. So congratulations, and well, we'll talk more about the ramifications of that on our bakery at the end of the video. But first, let's review some product. So here we have the low carb / keto white bread. And this is a decent sized loaf of bread. I'll pop out a slice in a minute and show it to you, but I can tell you that this is probably on the order of twice the size of a loaf of the Kiss My Keto bread, which is only $2 cheaper. Also, this is kind of interesting for the nutritional facts. I think this is the first ever bread that I've seen where the nutritional facts are based on a serving size of 2 slices. So we're looking at 80 total calories, 2 grams of total fat, 2 grams of total carbohydrates minus 1 gram of dietary fiber for 1 gram of net carbs for 2 slices. That's pretty sweet. And we have 12 grams of protein. In terms of ingredients, we have water, egg white protein powder, allulose, sweet cream solids, and less than 2% of whole psyllium husk, yeast, inulin, salt, and cream of tartar. So looking at this, this is definitely some egg white bread. If you've ever made any, you're familiar with the texture. Let me get this right up here so you can see it. Hopefully it's not too bright, but you can see a lot of the holes in there, kind of consistent with egg white bread. The tear on it is, again, very much like egg white bread. It is not gluten-y at all. There's no stretch when it tears. Taste-wise, it's pretty close to bread. The texture and the chew on it is, once again, very much like egg white bread, but I've had sort of the whole spectrum of egg white bread, from the stuff that's really, angel food cake / memory foam, to more bread-like, and this definitely falls on the more bread-like scale. So now I'm going to see how a piece of this toasts up. All right, this toasted up fairly dark, at least from my toaster. Some of the people that have watched me toast before have felt that I kind of under toast. Well, I had this set to the exact same setting that I always use, and it came out fairly dark. So I'm guessing it's something specific to egg white bread. I'll slap a little butter on this. I don't think I like it as much toasted. It really reminds me both a little bit in smell, a little bit in flavor, and a little bit in texture of when you burn a marshmallow, like over flames, and then blow it out and then eat the little crispy bit on the outside. Yeah, I'm going to say toasting this really, I think, brings out more of that egg white sort of flavor, that egg white aspect of the bread. I like it a lot more as regular bread. I think as a sandwich, it's probably going to be pretty good. Now, there's nothing in the ingredients that would lead me to believe that I'm going to have any sort of a glucose response, but if I do, I'll make sure to point it out at the end of this video. Here we have the mini Italian herb and cheese sandwich roll, and I've had this warming up just a little bit in my countertop oven. It smells really, really fantastic. Alycia said her goal was to emulate the Subway roll of the same type, the Italian urban cheese. And if we get in on this, you can see it's got the look going for it. And as badly as I want to bite into that right now, let's first talk about the nutritional information. Serving size, 1 bun. Calories, 90. Fat, 4.5 grams. Total carbs, 2 grams. Dietary fiber, less than 1 gram. So we'll probably call it net 2 grams, just to be fair. 10 grams of protein. In terms of ingredients, water, egg white protein powder, allulose, mozzarella, butter, sweet cream solids, and less than 2% of whole psyllium husk, yeast, inulin, sea salt, regular salt, granulated garlic, onion powder, cream of tartar, and oregano and basil for our Italian spices. I don't know if you can tell, but this is not as dense as a typical bun. I like this. I like this a lot. The chew on it, I feel, is better than it was on the bread. And that's probably because we've got more of this surface area with the crust. But I want to see how it holds up to some ingredients. So since my goal here is to create sort of an Italian sub, I'm going to give this a little smear of mayo, a little sprinkle of oregano. I'm going to put down a little bit of shredded romaine here to stick to that mayo. Some pepperoni and some habanero cheese. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to split the back off of this to make it close. And now we'll see how well it stands up to the ingredients. I have tried some egg white breads that just do not hold up well once you put ingredients on it. Just texturally, they can't handle it. This can. This bun is a winner. Well done, Alycia. And lastly, we have the burger bun. Now, the white bread burger bun, to me, is almost the purest definition of food delivery mechanism. I don't have a lot of criteria for a burger bun. I want it to not taste bad. I want it to have a decent texture. And most importantly, I want it to be structurally capable of handling a juicy burger and whatever ingredients or condiments I put on it. So to that end, I took the burger buns from Alycia, I slathered some mayo on the bottom bun, put on my cheeseburger, slice of tomato, a little yellow mustard, and let's see how this holds up. Here we go. This is my burger. I'm pretty excited about this. I love burgers. And this one is definitely juicy. Yeah, this thing is holding together great. I don't know how well it shows up in the lighting here, but you can see that we're dripping some juice out onto this plate. And the bun, it's holding up beautifully. I mean, I wouldn't exactly say the texture is like pretzel bun, but it's close. This is an impressive job. Most of the buns that I have tried that are keto buns, they either just fall apart after a bite or two, or they get all squishy, or they'll spike my blood glucose, or maybe even all three. This is a good keto burger bun. Now let's talk about the economics of chasing your dream and being a keto startup. One of the aspects that anybody has to deal with if they're shipping is shipping. And I think we've all gotten spoiled by Amazon. What we think is free shipping, that's baked into the price and the economies of scale that Amazon has. But let me just show you a couple of pictures here. First off, this is how much it cost to ship a loaf of bread via US priority mail to me. $10.70. Now, Alycia is experimenting with some different shipping methods, and hopefully she can get that price down. But there's one example. She also sent me another box that had a loaf of bread, the hamburger rolls, and the Italian mini sub rolls, and the shipping on that was $21.45. So that's a cost. But what about actually running the bakery on a day-to-day basis? So I'm reading directly from an email that Alycia sent me as I asked her about some of her costs. She said, It takes roughly just over 2 hours for just me, her, Alycia, working alone to produce 4 loaves of bread, a dozen Italian sub rolls, and 1 dozen hamburger buns at a time, or alternatively, just 6 loaves of bread. The cost for 6 loaves of bread in ingredients alone is $30. This does not include packaging, labels, business cards, utility, rent, etc. So $30 for 6 loaves is $5 a loaf. Assuming she's paying herself minimum wage in the state of New York, which is $15 an hour, if she's making 6 loaves of bread in 2 hours, that would be 3 loaves in 1 hour, or basically $5 in labor costs per loaf. So she's now up to a price of $10 per loaf in terms of ingredients and labor, not counting all the other stuff, and she's selling them for $12. I guarantee you she is not making Jeff Bezos type money running this bakery. And the reason that I wanted to bring up the economics is I think a lot of people, we have gotten spoiled by Amazon, we have gotten spoiled by Walmart, we have gotten spoiled by companies that have the economies of scale to drive down prices because they're buying in bulk. They achieve savings purely on the basis of economies of scale, and small businesses, especially startups, don't have that. Now, I'm not saying you got to go to Alycia's Bakeshop and buy stuff, especially right now because she's going to be, well, having a baby and she's going to be working from home, and as a result of that and New York state laws, she's not going to be able to ship out of the state of New York. But certainly if you are in New York, or better yet, if you're in the Buffalo area, you can swing by her bake shop. Or if you want, you can just make these yourself because Alycia was kind enough to share her recipes with us out on her YouTube channel. So hopefully you found this video interesting or eye-opening, or at the very least just a source for some other baked good recipes. If you did, please click that like button. If you're not a subscriber already, tap the subscribe button, then hit the bell to turn on all notifications. And I'll link to a couple of videos over here, including my interview with Alycia. Thanks for watching.